Nobody giving us nothing. I don't want anybody to give me something. I want to take it.
Makes a handoff, 3 coming at him, he throws, and it is intercepted. DeAndre Smelter went up against 2 defenders and hauled it in at the 13-yard line.
Get ready for 60 minutes of war now. It ain't gonna be easy. You gotta take it. If you want it, you gotta take it.
And welcome to a special spring edition of Covering Georgia Tech football. We're going to talk about the Jackets, what we've seen in the spring, also take a look back to last year. But for this segment with Roddy Jones, I'm Brandon Gautin. We're going to talk about just spring in general, Roddy. I know there was a lot of attention paid to the quarterback spot at Georgia Tech with Vad Lee transferring out. What have we seen? How has Justin Thomas looked?
We certainly have seen a lot from the quarterbacks over the course this year. Justin Thomas went through some growing pains a little bit, turned the ball over, had some issues with turnovers, but all in all, I think you saw a lot of what's going to make him special. You saw the big playability, you saw him able to move the ball, but more so than that, we saw Tim Byerly start to push him a little bit. Tim Byerly had a lot of success driving the offense down the field. His consistency, his inside running ability was really big over the course of the spring. So I think the quarterback position is going to be a pretty good one going into the fall.
Well, we've seen it the last couple years where Paul Johnson, it's not atypical for him to play 2 quarterbacks. Try one guy for a couple series, mix it up, and I think that could be something, at least for the early stages of 2014, that we see from the Yellow Jackets.
We could very easily see a situation where Justin Thomas plays a great deal and Tim Byerly comes in short yardage situations to get those tough couple of yards. Bigger body, guy who does a great job of running on the goal line.
A lot of buzz around town with Travis Custis, who could not play last year as a freshman, now entering his true freshman campaign. He's going to be a B-back and a very explosive good B-back for the Jackets.
People are talking about the explosive ability of a Jonathan Dwyer, a guy who's got that kind of breakaway speed, big body, great inside running ability, had a great spring. We didn't see him in the spring game, but the body of work that he provided over these 15 practices is going to be enough to get him a lot of looks in the fall.
Well, they're going to need it because you lose Robbie Gotthai at the A-back slot and you lose David Sims at the B-back spot. So you get Custis coming on, Lasky returning. What about the A-back position? What do you think the Jackets will have on that forefront?
It's going to be an A-back by committee, certainly. We're going to look for some big playability. Dennis Andrews, a guy that can provide that, but you got a lot of experience. St. John Days has played a lot. B.J. Bostic's played a lot. Tony Zennon and Dion Hill have all played a lot. So you're going to have a very experienced crew, maybe not the star power that Robbie Gotthai provided, but certainly an experienced crew that's going to get you going the right way.
How about key players coming back from injuries? A couple on the defensive side of the ball, and Isaiah Johnson in the secondary and Jamal Golden, who will also return kicks.
You're talking about 2 starting safeties that you're getting back. Isaiah Johnson, a guy coming off an ACL. It was great to see him get comfortable over the course of this spring. Jamal Golden's going to be huge. Huge in the return game, huge from his experience standpoint in the defensive secondary. And you're going to have 2 corners who haven't started a whole lot, but those 2 safeties are going to provide a lot of leadership for that defense.
Now, the signing class for 2014, 21 players. 4 of them came early onto campus, a couple on offense, a couple on defense, and I know that Coach Johnson basically said, hey, some of these guys in this class, they're going to have to play right away because of the 11 starters lost.
The guys who came in over the course of this spring are really going to have an advantage over those coming into the fall. Talk about 15 extra practices, an extra semester of weightlifting, an extra semester of getting acclimated to that college life. When those guys come in the fall, they've got 29 practices before they're going live reps against the other team, and coaches got to get the entire team ready, not just the freshmen. So these guys had some individualized attention paid to them, and they really performed well.